Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep, literally, into the deep blue ocean to study the truly enigmatic sentinels that patrol its waters. You see, evolution has pushed these creatures to the absolute limit, granting them biological adaptations that, honestly, border on actual superpowers just so they can survive these extremes. So let's break down exactly how they do it.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for decoding these incredible marine adaptations. 1. The ocean's heavyweights. 2. Biological rule breakers and survivors. 3. Alien minds and disguises. And 4. Extreme weapons and senses.
Starting us off with Section 1, the ocean's heavyweights. We are talking about the giants and the apex predators here. Let's kick things off with a massive number, 4 tons. That is the amount of tiny, shrimp-like krill a blue whale has to consume every single day just to sustain itself. The blue whale isn't just the largest animal alive today, it's the largest animal to ever exist on Earth. We're talking bigger than any dinosaur. To give you a sense of this extreme contrast in scale, a single heartbeat from its car-sized heart can be heard from 2 whole miles away, and those low-frequency calls they travel across entire ocean basins. It's just wild. So, the crucial point is that massive size isn't the only way to dominate. Enter the great white shark. These guys have been perfecting their role as apex predators for roughly 16 million years. Their sensory adaptations are terrifyingly precise. They can detect a single drop of blood in 25 gallons of water, and they literally sense the electrical fields produced by a nearby prey's heartbeat. There's nowhere to hide. Plus, unlike most fish, they're actually warm-blooded, which gives them this explosive hunting speed. But despite their fearsome Hollywood reputation, they don't actually prefer humans. Most of our encounters with them are just investigative bites, and they'll usually swim away after one taste. Moving on to Section 2, biological rule breakers and survivors. These are the creatures completely defying nature's laws. Get this, biological immortality. Yes, some jellyfish species can actually hit the reverse button on their aging process. They have successfully drifted on ocean currents for over 500 million years. That means they were here long before the dinosaurs even existed. And the craziest part, they've done it all without a brain, without a heart, and without a single bone in their bodies. They just pulse their little bell-shaped bodies and let the ocean currents do the heavy lifting. Now, pop culture, looking at you, Nemo, taught us that clownfish just playfully hide in toxic sea anemones, but their biological reality is way wilder than that. Step 1. All clownfish are actually born male, every single one. Step 2. When the dominant female of their little group dies, a radical shift happens. Step 3. The top male physically changes his sex to become the new female. Talk about a plot twist. Then we have the sea cucumber. Honestly, it just looks like a vegetable lying on the ocean floor, right? But its defense mechanism is unbelievably dramatic. Step 1. It experiences a threat from a predator. Step 2. It violently ejects its own internal organs out of its body to serve as a distraction, literally throwing its guts at the problem. Step 3. It escapes and simply regenerates those organs over the next few weeks. And if that wasn't bizarre enough, they actually breathe by pulling water in and out through their rear ends. Seriously. Yet they are absolutely vital for recycling nutrients in the ocean, working a lot like earthworms do up here on land. Now, if the sea cucumber is bizarre, the deep sea anglerfish is straight out of a nightmare. The environment they live in is pitch black and incredibly hostile. The large female dangles this glowing lure right above her head to attract prey in the dark. Meanwhile, the tiny male has one single desperate goal in life: find a female and bite onto her. Once he does, he permanently fuses his body to hers. I'm talking their bloodstreams literally merge together. He spends the rest of his life permanently attached, acting as a provider of sperm in exchange for nutrients from her bloodstream. It is the ultimate, inescapable biological merger, all just to survive the crushing dark. All right, on to Section 3, alien minds and disguises. Let's explore the intelligence of the deep. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer overwhelming intellect of the octopus. They possess 3 hearts pumping blue blood. But what is truly mind-bending is that 2/3 of an octopus's neurons are located not in its head, but out in its 8 arms. Those arms, lined with suckers that can actually taste and smell whatever they touch, literally have minds of their own. This highly decentralized nervous system allows them to logically figure out how to open jars, perfectly mimic other animals, and cleanly squeeze through absolutely any gap that is just barely larger than their hard little beak. Next up, the cuttlefish. These are perhaps the most visually sophisticated animals alive. They have these really distinct Y-shaped pupils. They can change the color, pattern, and texture of their skin in mere milliseconds. They use this to hypnotize prey or even communicate complex emotions. But here's the paradox. They are technically colorblind. Scientists believe they use the unique shape of those eye pupils to detect color through differences in light polarization. So they are essentially seeing the world in a completely alien, polarized way that human vision couldn't even begin to replicate. Compare all of that to the graceful manta ray. Incredibly, manta rays have the largest brain-to-body ratio of any cold-blooded fish, and they've even shown signs of self-awareness in mirror tests. They glide through the ocean like they're flying, on wingspans that can reach up to 23 feet. Plus, they are intelligent enough to gather at these communal cleaning stations, where smaller fish pick parasites right off their skin. And the kicker? Despite their massive size and those big brains, their entire diet consists simply of microscopic plankton. And that brings us to our final stretch, Section 4, Extreme Weapons and Senses. Welcome to the ocean's arsenal. And this brilliantly illustrates just how outmatched human senses are in the ocean. We navigate our entire world using just 3 types of color receptors. The mantis shrimp, it uses 16. That means it sees a spectrum of colors we literally cannot even imagine. And then we have the narwhal, walking around, well, swimming around, with a 10-foot tusk packed with millions of nerve endings. Let's look a bit closer at that narwhal. It lives in freezing Arctic waters and dives nearly a mile deep right beneath the ice. That iconic spiral tusk, which earns it the awesome nickname Unicorn of the Sea, is actually an overgrown left canine tooth. For a long time, scientists debated what it was for, but we now know it's a massive sensory organ. It detects incredibly subtle changes in water temperature, pressure, and salinity. So while males do occasionally use them for jousting during competitions, that tusk is far more of a highly calibrated sensory tool than an actual weapon. Okay, to really grasp the firepower of our final 2 creatures, we first need to understand this mind-blowing physical phenomenon, a cavitation bubble. This is a collapsing bubble created by extremely fast underwater strikes. When this bubble collapses, it generates a literal flash of light and temperatures nearly as hot as the surface of the sun. It is literal explosive firepower, and it sets the perfect stage for our final contenders. Here they are, the ultimate heavy hitters of the ocean. First, the mantis shrimp. Don't let the name fool you for a second. It strikes its prey with the speed of a bullet, generating enough force to shatter aquarium glass, and yes, creating those sun-hot cavitation bubbles we just talked about. Then, the pistol shrimp. This creature is completely unassuming, barely the size of your finger, under 2 inches long. Yet it snaps its claws so incredibly fast, it also creates a cavitation bubble, stunning or killing prey instantly. That snap produces a sound louder than a gunshot. In fact, colonies of pistol shrimp are so incredibly loud that they actively interfere with military naval sonar systems. Talk about punching extraordinarily far above your weight class. So it leaves us with this final thought. If a tiny 2-inch shrimp can literally rival the heat of the sun, what else is hiding down there in the unexplored dark? Today, we've seen how evolution produces the most astounding solutions for survival, from jellyfish with biological immortality to highly decentralized alien-like octopus minds. It reminds us that studying these sentinels isn't just about cataloging wildlife. It's about expanding our understanding of the absolute limits of biology and engineering. Keep questioning the world around you, and I will catch you in the next explainer.